In this video, I got some building supplies, I got some tools, and I'm in my garage, and we're gonna do something. Why? Because they make it like that. And now someone's gonna cut their grass. Come on, people. It's dark out. Why are you cutting the grass? For those of you who don't know me, my name is Tim, and I love all things model trains, but I specialize mostly in weathering and graffiti. And today, we're not doing weathering, we're not doing graffiti, we're building a layout. What? We're building a layout. Can you believe it? Okay, so years ago now, I can actually say years ago because I've been doing YouTube for over 2 years. I said that I was going to expand my layout. Then I changed my mind and said I was going to build a new layout. And then I started to do that, but then things got put on hold because I moved. And now here we are, moved, and we're still settling in. We still got a lot of organizing to do. And I'm really pushing to build a layout. But here's the thing. I don't have a layout anymore because I ripped out my old layout. And I'm not quite ready to start my new layout, but I'm bit by the bug and I cannot not have a place to run trains. So N-Scale Dystopia gave me the brilliant plan to build a shelf layout. So that's what I'm gonna do, an N-scale switching shelf layout. I've got the pieces here. I've actually already been working on it, believe it or not. So here we are. I've got some literally just scrap plywood that I had lying around, and I'm going to use it to put together a layout. Zero cost so far on this build, which is pretty awesome. I already have track, I already have turnouts. I'm gonna scratch build a lot of my buildings and kit bash a lot of buildings. So honestly, my overhead on this project is pretty much nothing but time, which I don't have any of that either. But I'm gonna make something happen. And honestly, I'm pushing towards being able to work on this on my live streams too, because you know what? As much as I love doing graffiti, and I will always love doing graffiti, sometimes it's nice to do something a little different. So hopefully we can do something a little bit different for the next couple live streams. Maybe once in a while, maybe every other live stream we'll work on the layout, and then we'll go back to doing graffiti, and then I'll have a video here about graffiti, a video there about the layout, and just kind of shake things up a little bit, because right now I've just been kind of just waiting around for the time to be able to do everything, and I feel like that's never gonna happen. This fly is driving me nuts. It's like the size of a hamster, just flying around my face. I live a very busy life. If you didn't already know, I live a very busy life. I have 3 kids under 5. My oldest is turning 5 at the end of the month. I have a dog who you've met. I have a wife who is gracious enough to put up with my shenanigans on YouTube and all of the fun stuff that I do with trains. On top of all of that, we just moved and we're fixing up our house and renovating whenever we have the time. And also, not to mention, I gotta bring home the bacon too, so that means I have a full-time job. I'm a busy guy. So I apologize if maybe you sent me an email to do some graffiti and I take a couple days to get back to you, or maybe I'm working on some of your cars and it takes me a couple extra days to finish, or a couple extra weeks even to finish, because I'm a busy guy and I really do apologize for that. But you know what? This layout is something that is really gonna push me towards being more consistent on YouTube. I've said that before, but I really mean it, because now I'm a little more organized. I'm moving in, I'm unpacking, I'm reorganizing. I have more space now. My last place, I just had a tiny little townhouse basement where I had workshop space, layout space, office space, because I do video production as well. So I needed office space, I needed workshop space, I needed train space. And it was all just stuck in a tiny little room. And now here we are, we've moved. I have a garage where I can have some workspace and also do a bit of filming. I have my office downstairs where I can have my layout and have some office space and all that fun stuff. So you'll see it as I do more videos. You'll see what's going on. All right, there you have it. I have 2 modules built that are 3.5 feet by 16 inches wide, which gives me a total of 7 feet by 16 inches. It's a pretty respectable size for N scale as a shelf switching layout. I mean, technically I could have gone an extra 2 inches wider and then been able to do a loop on the end with a minimum radius, but I don't like minimum radiuses. I've talked about that before, so I'm just gonna stick with point to point because I don't think there's gonna be much switching operation on my new layout that I've already talked to you guys about. So to be able to do a bit of switching if I want to do switching, do a bit of running if I want to do running. I mean, ideally it would be nice to have them on the same layout, but I'll show you guys what I have planned in the future. It's gonna be super cool. You can't even see it in the frame. I got one module here, and I'm kind of balancing them together on this tiny little table just so that I can see what it looks like. I'm gonna do a separate video about how I mount them because I got more plywood here that has a purpose, and we'll get to that in the next video. But until then, check out this video here, and don't forget tonight, Third Rail Thursday, 8 o'clock sharp, Eastern Standard Time. Well, I guess it's Eastern Daylight Time. You know what I'm saying. Anyway, goodbye. Oh yeah, and don't forget, they make it like that. They make it like this.